Yes, I'll take 3 of the white chocolate salted caramel madness cupcakes, 3 guava passion fruit whiz-bang cream-filled, 3 coconut sparkle sprinkle cherry delights, and... Gosh, decisions. I'm so bad at decisions. 3 vanilla.
So the usual, Rita?
Yep, you got it. Oh, hi there, listeners. Didn't see you, hear you there. Welcome to Have I Got a Story for You, produced by PJ Library, a program of the Harold Grinspoon Foundation. I'm Rita Toomey, and I'm just grabbing some cupcakes before we start our podcast. Nothing fuels this narration like lots and lots of sugar. Carly's Cupcakes is my absolute favorite cupcake bakery in the world. Their treats are simply the best, and their flavors are out of this world, especially their extra special Moonrock cupcake. Carly, what's in that one again?
Chocolate chips and a whole bunch of glitter.
I didn't even know they made edible glitter.
Edible. Right. That seems important. I should check on that. Here are your cupcakes. Enjoy!
I've been frequenting Carly's Cupcakes for years, and you can just taste the love in her baked goods. Plus, the bakery is conveniently located next to my synagogue. Some of her best customers are the people who work there. Mora Shana, one of the Hebrew school teachers, is a huge fan of Carly's seasonal apple walnut cupcakes, while the cantor is more of a peanut butter fudge cupcake kind of guy, and the rabbi gets weak-kneed over chocolate with rainbow sprinkles. I'm heading over to the synagogue now. I know More Ari will love one of these guava whiz-bangs. Bye, Carly. Thanks for the cupcakes.
See you on Shabbat.
I just need to drop off some paperwork, and then we can get back to the podcast.
Oh, hi, Rita. We weren't expecting you today. Watch out, I'm mopping so the floor's a little slippery.
Hi, Carlotta. I just wanted to hand in my potluck sign-up sheet. How are you?
Busy.
Listeners, this is Carlotta. She does everything around here.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
She's being modest. Carlotta is nothing short of amazing. She keeps this place spotless. She makes sure it's warm on cool days and cool on hot days. She's the one checking the eternal flame to make sure it's eternally lit. She is the synagogue shamas. She keeps everything running. And running smoothly, I will add.
Aw, Rita, that's sweet of you to say.
Well, I'm only speaking the truth.
Are those cupcakes? Oh, they're so beautiful.
Yes, they're from the bakery right next door. Carly's Cupcakes. Have you been? Would you like one?
Oh, my goodness, thank you. But I couldn't take your treats. I walk past that bakery every day, and it smells amazing. And the cupcakes look so beautiful stacked in the window, like frosted jewels. They're just a little out of my budget for now. One day I'll get some for my kids. They love red velvet.
Oh, that's one of my favorites, too. Well, I'll see you at Shabbat services, Carlotta.
Have a great day.
And you know what? I did. Partially because those coconut sparkle sprinkled cherry delights were a taste revelation. Let's fast forward, though, to Shabbat. Carly and Carlotta are both there listening to the rabbi as she reads from the Torah. Carly looks a tad distracted. Maybe she's considering whether or not to add ginger to her pineapple mango cupcakes.
You shall take the fine flour and you shall bake from it.
Wait, what did the rabbi just say? Fine flour? I use fine flour. Only the finest.
And you shall put them in 2 piles, 6 in a pile, and offer them to the Lord.
This whole time I was supposed to be giving cupcakes to God? I had no idea. 12, did she say? I'll start right away. Now, what flavors would God prefer?
During the week, each time I pass the bakery, I see Carly decorating her most beautiful cupcake creations yet and putting aside the loveliest ones for God. She includes an array of flavors, so God can have some variety. Then, on the following Friday, she pops into the synagogue and when no one's looking, places the cupcakes in the ark.
Shabbat Shalom, God. I decided to use ginger in the pineapple ones. I hope you like them.
And she slips back out of the synagogue, passing Carlotta as she makes her way in to start setting up for Friday night services. Carlotta sweeps the hallways and tidies up the coat room, then enters the sanctuary.
What is that wonderful smell? It's vanilla bean extract and brown sugar. And is that ginger?
She follows her nose to the ark and carefully opens it.
Cupcakes? And look how beautiful the frosting is. Perfect swirls. And are they pineapple? My favorite. Oh my goodness. Thank you, God. You knew how much my children and I would love these.
And so Carlotta takes them home to her family, who devours them after Shabbat dinner.
These are for us?
They are.
Whoa, red velvet, my fave. Thanks, Mom.
Whoa, I think this one is licorice peppermint.
Licorice peppermint. Huh. Maybe not my first choice, but I guess it could work. And I'll try anything once, especially if Carly's made it. Carly's a cupcake genius, after all. Anyway, this back and forth continues for weeks. Each Friday, Carly secretly drops off a selection of her most delectable confections at the Ark.
Shabbat Shalom, God. Do you have thoughts on savory cupcakes? Just let me know.
And Carlotta happily picks them up, believing them to be gifts from God, and takes them back to her family to enjoy after Shabbat dinner.
Is this a bagel and lox cupcake?
Savory cupcakes are a thing now.
Oh, is that so?
Yep, I'm a foodie, so I'd know. Check out my gram sometime.
But then, one Friday morning, things just aren't going Carly's way.
Oh my gosh, it's 9 a.m. What happened to my alarm? I was supposed to be at the bakery half an hour ago.
She throws on her clothes and drives to the bakery as quickly as she can.
KUGL drive time traffic and weather updated every 3 minutes. Interstate 3...
Traffic? I've never run into traffic on this street.
Extensions. Oh, just a note for you commuters out there. Rose Avenue currently backed up while an errant moose crosses the street. Slowly. Back to you, Chet.
A moose? You've got to be kidding me.
By the time Carly gets to her bakery, she's frazzled and out of breath. And there's already a line of customers waiting outside for her treats.
Sorry, folks. I'm just running a little late today. Moose issues, you know how it goes. But, speaking of moose, we actually have a new chocolate mousse cupcake you have to try. Mousse the dessert, not Moose the animal. Come on in, everyone. What can I get you?
When Carly finally finishes serving up cupcakes to the waiting crowd, she leans against her counter, relieved to take a break for a moment. But just then, she spots the dozen cupcakes she'd put aside and realizes she's totally forgotten to tuck them into the ark. It's now much later than usual as she hurries over to the synagogue, cupcakes in hand.
I'm on my way, God.
In fact, she gets to the synagogue at almost the exact same time as Carlotta arrives to start her Shabbat preparations. Carly happily slips the cupcakes into the ark, just like usual.
What are you doing?
Talk about awkward. Coming face to face with your secret cupcake pen pal must come as a bit of a shock, especially when you thought it was God delivering or devouring the treats. Carly's doing a mitzvah, a Hebrew word that many people think of as a good deed, without even realizing it. But how will she feel when she finds out what's really happening to her weekly cupcake deposit? The rabbinic sages once said, mitzvah goreret mitzvah, which means one good deed leads to another. Maybe Carly's accidental kindness will lead to more down the line. I'm willing to bet Carlotta will pass on the good vibes too. You can read more about doing a mitzvah and find a few you can try for yourself at gotastorypodcast.com. For now, though, These two will need to straighten out this misunderstanding, because if they just keep standing there staring at one another in shock, sooner or later, those cupcakes are going to go stale.
Carlotta, I was just...
Are you? Those are cupcakes. All this time, all those cupcakes. It was always you putting them there? And here I thought God was giving them to me to share with my children.
Wait a minute. All this time, all those cupcakes, it was always you eating them? I thought it was God.
I've been such a fool.
I've been so silly. What was I thinking?
I know exactly what you were thinking.
Rabbi Naomi?
How long have you been standing there?
Long enough to hear your tale of frosted misunderstandings. But you're being awfully hard on yourselves. Neither of you are fools.
But for weeks and weeks, I thought I was baking for God, and I was really just baking for Carlotta.
And I was so sure God was giving our family cupcakes, but it was Carly the whole time.
Well, that's all true. But it's also true that the best way for us to honor God is to do something kind for someone else. Almost every time God asks something of us, that's what it's really about. I'm sure God had a hand in this and has been delighted to see your cupcake exchange each week just before Shabbat.
Do you really think so?
I do. Think about it. What could make God happier than knowing that the two of you are taking care of each other and spreading joy?
For what it's worth, Carly, my children and I have really been enjoying your cupcakes.
Even the savory ones?
Especially the savory ones. Your flavor combinations are so original and unique. And have you been using ginger?
I have! Thanks for noticing.
Genius.
Well, it's been really fun baking all these cupcakes every week, decorating them so meticulously because I know they're for a special purpose. I just always thought that special purpose was God.
Does the fact that they were really for Carlotta's family make them any less special?
No. No, it doesn't. I'm just glad I could make you and your kids happy.
Eating your delicious cupcakes was always such a treat for us. It made each Shabbat a little bit sweeter and more special thanks to you, Carly. And the fact that you delivered them to the Ark, not God, doesn't make those Shabbat memories any less joyous.
Clearly this cupcake exchange makes you both happy.
That's true.
Well, cupcakes make everyone smile.
If that's the case, I don't see a reason why this should stop. I mean, you should stop putting them in the Ark. That's how you get ants. But, Carly, don't stop making cupcakes, especially the chocolate kind with rainbow sprinkles. And Carlotta, don't stop eating them.
And listeners, that's exactly what happens. Every Friday, Carlotta stops by Carly's bakery, often with her kids in tow, to pick up a dozen gourmet cupcakes and give Carly a hug.
Thank you, Carly. This batch is even prettier than the last one.
Have you ever considered a cheesecake cupcake with, wait for it, chocolate marshmallow frosting and just a tiny kick of jalapeno?
I've never thought of that, but I love spicy and sweet. You kids have a knack for flavors. Why don't you come by next week and help me in the kitchen? We can whip up some fun new combinations and test them out.
Awesome!
I can't wait! You too, Carlotta.
Oh, I wouldn't miss it.
Oh, and I added an extra cupcake today, just to make it, a baker's dozen. Chocolate with rainbow sprinkles.
Huh. I'll slip it onto the rabbi's desk when they're not looking.
Perfect. See you at services.
What can you do to make the world a brighter place? It could be something as simple as donating some of your old toys or helping a neighbor with yard work, or even baking a surprise treat for your grandparents. Think about a mitzvah, a kind deed you can do every day. Even small actions can make big impacts on the world around you. Go on, break out your rainbow sprinkles and make someone smile today. Since Carlotta's kids say savory sweets are all the rage, I decided to try my hand at chocolate tuna salad, cupcakes, to bring to a friend's house. I'll just sneak a quick bite before I head over. Oh no. No, that's all kinds of wrong. I think I'll stick to baking cookies, and I'll leave the cupcakes to that genius Carly. Have you got a good deed or a good recipe to tell us about? We're all ears. Head over to gotastorypodcast.com and let us know. For more stories, songs, and family-friendly Jewish audio, check out pjlibrary.org/listen. I need my toothbrush. What was I thinking? Tuna salad? Oh.